today, for the second of this series of interviews around Field First, I'm here with Jon Woodforth, who is the CTO of Totalmobile. Jon, listen, thank you for spending some time with me this morning as we kind of take the opportunity to reflect on the Field First launch, but I think probably more importantly, kind of look forward to what this really means and the value this is going to provide to not just Totalmobile, but our customers in the field
Mhm.
service management market as a whole. I suppose the first question that I really have for you, and I think this is something that we've talked about on multiple occasions, but the Field First project itself to get to a point where we were ready to launch it was quite a considerable one. But even at the very start of this project, one of the things that we reflected on is this is kind of the accumulation of a number of development initiatives that have been running for a number of years now, which has allowed us to get to a point where this is actually something that we can actually do. I just wondered, would you like to take the opportunity just to reflect on some of those initiatives? Because I appreciate an awful lot of hard work has taken place to even make the platform something which is a feasible opportunity for us.
Yeah. It's as you say. It's. I mean, the genesis of this started a number of years ago, didn't it? You could go all the way back to the various decisions that were made over the years to make the acquisitions to essentially build out the core product set that we've got at the minute. The real bulk of the work, though, I think, started in 2022 with the Unity project. I came on board at the end of 2022 and really just helped to tweak the direction and drive that initiative forward, because that's now become what we know as the platform. If you build it up from the base levels, we did a lot of work to unify the data across all of our products. That became our Field First data platform. We did a lot of work to build our base Unity APIs, the way that all of our applications interact with each other, the way we do integration into the outside world, where we've got common components that are shared across all the products, like location services. I did a lot of work on making the applications talk to each other. So Connect talking to Optimize and rostering WTS talking to Optimize, for example. So making all of our products actually work as one combined product set. And then finally, we brought it all together at the top layer with Field First Hub. So that's now our kind of front door, our front window, the entrance point into the platform that really brings everything together. So yeah, a lot of hard work across a number of streams, a number of people over a number of years, has all resulted in where we find ourselves today, having a unified platform. It's an enviable position. It's an initiative that a lot of companies try, but we've actually done it, and we've got there. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and I imagine I say a lot of pride there, not just from yourself, but from a lot of those members of the team who've been with us for a long time and have been working for the years to actually see this manifest itself in market as such.
Yeah, everybody should be really proud of where we've got to and all the hard work that we've done over the years. It's all come together, and it's resulted in what we've got now.
Awesome. So, whenever we talk about the platform, we clearly talk about the solutions ultimately that our customers use. We talk about the range of capabilities, but I often find that an awful lot of the innovation within the platform lives at what we're referring to as that kind of platform principles layer. That's where a lot of the emerging technologies are ultimately being utilized. And I think it'd be really interesting for those that are watching and listening to this to hear from you about some of those emerging technologies that we really put effort in to make sure that they are being incorporated within the Field First platform.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're always staying on top of the latest technologies, and that's feeding into our roadmaps about how we should do things and what we should build next. There's been a lot of work done by our platform team, for example, on some of the emerging technologies in the way we host our applications at a cloud level. Probably the most sort of exciting use of emerging technologies being AI, and we couldn't do any form of talk without mentioning AI. The ability to build AI solutions, it's built on those foundations that we set off with Unity that are in the Field First platform. That data layer, having good quality data that we can trust, because we can then feed that into various uses of AI. And we've now got AI features live with customers following the Field First launch. We've actually got use cases out there. We've got the visit summary use case in both health and housing, and we're getting some amazing feedback from customers on that already. I think it's the shape of things to come. There'll be more emerging technologies. We looked at quantum, for example, quantum computing. That's one that's sat there on the wings waiting for that technology to mature enough. But it's the first of many that will be coming through into the Feel First platform.
Yeah, absolutely. Watch this space here, and I think that's absolutely one of the big points of Feel First, and one of the commitments that we're really making is that the continuous innovation just becomes the norm. We're always looking at what new technologies are out there that can ultimately deliver value to our customers and empower them to deliver better service.
Yeah, exactly. And we bake that into the processes and the way that we work. Yeah. All of the development teams work on a 6-week PI process, but we have a week in the middle where we can do planning, we can do any targeted spikes on emerging technologies. We can feed all of that then into the overall kind of roadmap process so that we're staying abreast of technologies and we're making sure we're keeping an eye on some of the emerging technologies. I think one of the next ones we'll be looking at, and again, it's an evolution of AI, but it'll be looking at what agentic AI can do for our platform going forward. And I think the next AI use case that we see sort of really coming to life and getting into customers' hands will start to move us towards that agentic AI model, which will be very, very impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. As I said, watch this space. So as we reflected on the size of the Feel First project, the number of initiatives that have been going on. I think anything of this scale doesn't go by without experiencing some challenges, some hiccups, some bumps in the road. And I think it would really be fair if we reflected on some of that. So were there any, over the course of the project, were there any technical challenges that we did face? And ultimately, how did we tackle them, and how did we ultimately overcome them to get to where we were in this position to launch the platform?
Yeah, as you say, it's not been smooth sailing, but I think if you start at the very top level, there's the investment that the organisation's made on making this happen. We get a lot of pressure from customers, a lot of sort of insatiable demand from customers for features. So we've had to balance that insatiable demand by customers with a strategic investment in time to focus on the Feel First platform. So that's been difficult, all the way from the top, making the investment, all the way through to the bottom, where the people actually have to make these decisions on a daily basis of whether we do some Feel First functionality or whether we focus on a customer. And I think everybody's worked really well together to make sure we've got the right balance between the strategy and the kind of here and now and pragmatic decisions. As we've been going through the project, there's been lots of kind of low-level technical challenges. We've built a whole unified data platform using some really latest sort of leading-edge technology, Databricks, Microsoft Fabric. A lot of the technology that we're using is still emerging. We've used preview technologies from Microsoft that aren't officially live yet, that we've kind of contributed to, and then they've got those live. We've had to rely on the partnership with Microsoft in some cases to actually help us in how we implement some of this technology and how we implement it in a way that is cost effective as well. And I think that's a big one for us in the cloud. A lot of things are possible with the cloud, but you can do it in a very expensive way. So we've relied on Microsoft and other select third parties to help guide us how we do this stuff in the right way that makes business sense. We've had a few product features challenges. The whole internationalization, I think, has been a real journey, and working out how we optimize and do scheduling across multiple time zones. That's a really interesting challenge, and one of the team are still, they're still working through that at the minute. So lots of different challenges, but I think everybody's worked really well together to get through them, work together and get the Feel First platform to where it is.
Let's be honest, challenges is what makes it exciting, makes it interesting, to be fair, so so we've talked about just the diverse range of stuff which lives within the Feel First platform, innovations and principles and capabilities and solutions. If you take a step back and you reflect on it as an entirety, is there one single thing that you're particularly proud of?
Oh, geez. I think there's lots of things that I'm proud of. There's probably a few things that really stick out. One of which is we made a decision to bring on some resource into our teams that can help us focus on UI and UX. We know presenting our solutions in a really nice way that's visually appealing, really easy to use. Having that key focus was absolutely critical. So we made a decision to hire a UI UX engineer. I spoke to Patrick and managed to convince him to join us. And I think the work that Patrick's done in driving our UI UX forward, we were starting at the edges.
Yeah,
we were kind of tinkering at the edges before with just make everything look purple and orange and get the same logo on it. But Patrick's really helped drive how we turn all of our what was a collection of different products from different sources, from different acquisitions, into something that's now starting to look like actually it's all come from Totalmobile. It's all part of one platform. And I think the position that's put us in going forward, the work that we've done in the Field First Hub to make that the home, I think it's just absolutely amazing. And I think that's just made such a difference, especially when you talk to our customers and end users, how they perceive the platform. They perceive it as a platform now because it looks the same, it's easy to use, they can really see the usability moving forward. So yeah, I think that's one area I'm like really proud that we made that decision. I'm proud that we've got the right person in, and I'm proud that we've been able to push that forward.
Yeah.
One other, if I can just slide one other in there, I couldn't go without saying the data platform and the work that we've done there, because that's the enabler for AI, and that's just going to be an absolutely massive topic as we move through the next few years.
Absolutely, it's something I'm sure that we'll talk about much more in the future as well. So
Yeah.
listen, final question here, and of course it's going to be something that looks towards the future. We talked about continuous innovation just being at the center of Field First. So how do you envisage the platform evolving over the next 12, 24 months?
I think probably in two ways. There's going to be the data side of it, the AI, that is going to be a massive piece, becoming more data driven, both from a functionality that we provide to our customers, things like visit snapshot, things like image recognition, things like agentic AI, things like us using AI to optimize so to get our scheduling algorithms working correctly. There's going to be massive amounts coming out in there, and if you speak to Gareth Taunton, there is no end of AI use cases that are coming down the road. And I think a lot of that work will dovetail into the TM Hub, Field First Hub, and that will start to become really kind of hyper personalized. So you'll get very tailored dashboards that are telling you what you need to know, guiding you into the decisions that you need to make, asking you if you want to enact some actions to tweak things, tune things, and take some decisions. So really that dream of that augmented intelligence definition of AI, I think that will that will be absolutely huge as we move forward. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing where all of this goes. It's going to be an amazing journey, both in those kind of feature things, but I think what we've set ourselves up now with the Field First platform is a platform that is a kind of central hub for future acquisitions. So we can go out and we can buy more and more capabilities. We can plug them into Field First, and we can extend our capabilities out horizontally. We can merge things in at a data layer and take advantage of all the AI features in the data platform. So I think what we've created is great for our customers, but it's great for our journey as we move through into the future.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Yeah, 100%. I think something which just came through loud and clear, and this is clearly we've recently launched a platform. We're extremely proud. We're extremely excited about that, but equally we're excited about what happens next as well, and the journey where we're going to go on.
Yeah, no, it's the culmination of a lot of hard work, but it's now the start of an absolutely amazing journey that will go on over the next few years to build all of the Field First platform out.
Absolutely. I know we're all looking forward to that. Listen, John, listen, thanks for the time again this morning. And I'll leave it there, but I'm sure we'll be talking about some things and Field First related in the near future.
Welcome.
All right. Cheers.